Hi friends, welcome to or back to Life with Madison Rae. I am Madison Rae and I'm so glad you're here. So you can't see on the recording, but this is the first time I am ever recording this podcast and putting it up on the YouTube channel that I host with my normal videos. So hi to my YouTube channel. So glad you're here. So this week on the podcast, we are going to be talking about my December goals that I posted on my YouTube that I did not post anything about on my podcast. Sorry about that. I have been very much slacking on my podcast. It has been a wild couple of months between school and the season or the Christmas season in retail, and how I failed them all. And I think it is better that I failed them. And the amazing thing that has come out of this season. So without further ado, let's catch up a little bit and let's jump into the topic. So let's catch up a little bit. What has happened the past couple months? So I don't really remember the last podcast episode I posted. I literally think it was the season 2 intro, and I have been silent since then, and I'm so sorry about that. So I think I talked a little bit about it, but the Lord gave me a med that has really helped my Tourette syndrome, my tics. And so I have one here or there. I have about 10 to 20, probably less than that, but about that a day compared to like 100 plus a day. And I've had that since about the middle of September, and guys, it has just been a blessing. The Lord has really blessed me with that. And then, yeah, we had the seasonal in retail, which, guys, man, retail season during the holiday season is nuts, and I'm so glad to be over that. That is the worst season of the year. That and back to school, those are the two craziest seasons we enter. And so I'm just glad that we are out of retail season. Yeah, if you know retail workers, the two best times to be praying for them, especially if they work at like a big retail store, is going to be Christmas and back to school. I finished my first term of college. I passed all my classes with A's, which is incredible. And so by the time this goes up, I will be in my first week of my next term. And so I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm actually posting a video on my YouTube the week before my term starts, showing me getting ready for my next term. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. A lot of school, a lot of work, and just trying to figure things out. So that's where I've been at. I'm hoping I'm getting back on a schedule. I have everything written out in my planner. So we're trying to stay organized, trying to plan things out, and getting times ready for recording and getting times ready for videos and stuff. And so sometimes you're going to see a video on my YouTube twice a week when I upload the video for my podcast and my YouTube. I guess I should talk about that too. I have had a YouTube channel since I was like 12 or 13, and I haven't really posted on it or been consistent on it. And I just have felt like, hey, maybe I should try and post on that again. And so I guess that's kind of new. The past couple of weeks, I've been just testing the waters, and really enjoying like posting short videos. I've been doing that more on my TikTok and my Instagram, and then posting long form videos on my YouTube. And so like I've posted stuff about like, oh, this is what I got Joann's, or like, hey, I raided my dad's house and like, this is the fabric I found. So I might post some sewing videos. Guys, like my content is so scattered. Like I don't have a niche. I'm just gonna post whatever I want. And if you guys want to follow along, come follow along with me. So that is one thing I'm up to. And I'm excited to bring you guys along. And so, yeah, that is just kind of what I've been up to. And so without further ado, and I say that a lot apparently, let's get into the topic. So goals for December, and why did I fail them? So sorry, my cat is right by my leg wanting pets, and if I don't pet him, he is going to scratch my leg. So what were my goals for the December? I don't actually remember most of them. I know one of them was to be in the Word or the Bible every day or most days. And I failed at that. I was struggling to even be in my prayer journal. I was in it some days, but not all the days. And I barely read my Bible, which guys, I'll get on it for some days, and then other days I just fail, and then it just spirals. Like, I just keep getting worse at it. And I hate it. I hate it so much, and I can't figure out how to get better at it. I have reminders on my phone. I have people who check in with me, and I still suck at it. So I just literally just need the discipline to do it. And I suck at that. So I just need to do it. Like, it's not a matter of like, oh, I need people to remind me. Oh, I need all these reminders. It's a matter of, Madison, just get up and do it. But I did not do that. And so I have been doing it the past couple of days. I've been in my prayer journal the past couple of days. So we are starting off 2025 on a good note. So that's a good point. Another goal of mine, to get up early, and the goal was to get up early, drink coffee, and read the Bible before work. And guys, I haven't been getting up early. I was wanting to get up at 6, and I've been still getting up at like 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, when I'm supposed to be leaving the house at 7:30. It's just not happening. I struggle so much with sleep and with just anything around sleep. And I'm on sleeping meds. I try to go to bed early. It's just something I struggle with. And so, I really need to figure out how to just make myself get up if I'm supposed to get up early. And maybe I'm not supposed to get up early and read my Bible, but I really want to get up early and not be rushing out the door in the morning. So I need to figure out a balance there, because I really am tired of getting up and rushing around to get out the door in like 5-10 minutes to make sure I'm not late to work, which, guys, I live 2 minutes from work. I am not going to be late to work if I leave 10 minutes later than I want to leave. So, like, I could leave 20 minutes later than I want to leave, and I'm still not going to be late to work because I clock in 5 minutes early, which means I'm not even going to be late to work if I leave 25 minutes late. So, yeah. I don't really remember my other goals but those two, but I had other goals. I don't remember what they were. My cat is on my bed now. I think that goals are really good and that we should strive for them, but I also think that some people struggle a lot with goals, and I'm one of those people that struggle to meet my goals. And it's not that I don't want to. I think it's that I can't figure out how to make the systems to meet them. And I get really frustrated when I don't meet them, and I give up when I start not doing them, because I'm like, well, if I can't do it now, I'm not ever going to be able to do them. So I think that's what happens, is I meet them for a few days and then I stop, and then I'm like, well, I can't meet them now, so then I stop doing them. So I think that's what happens a lot of the time, and so I just get discouraged and stop doing them. And I need to figure out how to stop doing that and to just get right back on doing them rather than stop doing them completely. But I got something so much better than completing these goals. So I've had my podcast for about a year now, and I've talked a little bit about my Tourette's journey, but I haven't really explained how bad my Tourette's was the past about year and a half, 2 years. I would go through periods where I physically could barely walk. I would lunge every step. I would not be able to walk without lunging every step, not being, like, barely being able to breathe because I was so out of breath. My heart rate jumping so high. My legs being in so much pain. It was really hard to walk. I would go through episodes where I would have gasping tic attacks, but instead of them lasting like 2-3 minutes, they would last, an hour, hour and a half. And this would be like 1, 2, 3 times a day, when they were at their worst, and it would be weeks on end that this would be happening, especially in the past year. There would be seasons where I would give myself black eyes. Like, I give myself a black eye, for like 3 times in probably 2 or 3 months. I bruised my collarbone multiple times from hitting it. Like, these are all things that happened because of how bad my Tourette's was. And I lost a lot of myself. I had joy sometimes, but a lot of the time I wasn't really depressed. Like, my depression wasn't bad, but I really just wasn't myself, and I didn't have joy. I think I was just surviving. I wasn't thriving. I was fighting, but I wasn't really thriving. Like, I have a tattoo on my arm that says I stopped surviving and I started fighting. Like, I was definitely fighting. I wasn't just surviving, but I wasn't thriving. And so, yeah, in December sometime, the Lord just said, here you go, and gave me my creativity back. And that has been the most incredible thing ever. I used to be a really creative person. Like, every day you would see me doing Bible journaling. Every day you would see me creating something. I would paint something. I would draw something. I would, I was always doing something. And I stopped doing that the worse my tics got, the worse my mom got sick, like, the worse my mental health got. Like, all these things were factors that created just the right, the right atmosphere for me to just stop being me and stop creating. And a big part of me, like a big part of who I am, is my creativity. And so, yeah, the Lord just blessed me and said, here you go, my daughter. Like, this is a part of you that you've been wanting back, and I'm going to give it to you back. And so he did. He gave me my creativity back, and I have just been exploding in joy and exploding in doing these things, and I'm so excited because I have so many projects that I want to do for me and my friend, and like for neighbors. I want to make my little neighbor some bows just because I can, and just little things to like bring me joy, because creating brings me joy, and seeing other people's faces light up when I create them things bring me joy. And I'm just so excited to get to create things again and just have this joy. And so even though, right, like, I went through this really hard thing, and this thing that I thought I was never going to get past, and I was never going to get through, and I thought was never going to end, the Lord said, my daughter, you got through this, and this is your prize. Like, this is what I'm giving you for getting through this. You're going to get yourself back. And so that's what happened. Like, he's giving me myself back, and I'm finding who I am. I'm truly finding who I am. And it might have taken almost 25 years. Well, I have about a month and a half till I turn 25. So in a way, almost 25 years to find who I am. But this year, I can already tell that I'm going to find more of who I am. And every year, I'm going to find more of who I am. And it's just going to be incredible, because the Lord's going to continue to just be like, here's another piece of you, and here's another piece of you that you lost. And I'm just so excited to see who the Lord has made me to be. And so, yeah, even though I failed all of my December goals, and I'm gonna, keep failing goals, because that's naturally who I am. And it's terrible, but I know better than to set a lot of goals, because I'm setting myself up for failure. I am just gonna lean into the Lord and see what he wants for me, see what he has for me, and just go by what my Father has in store for me. Like, I'm about to start my next school term. So my goal is to get through my next school term. My goal is to complete all my assignments in time, because I have 4 courses that I have multiple assignments for every week. So I'm going to be busy. And so I don't need extra goals. I need to spend time with my Father, and I need to get my schoolwork done. Those are the only 2 goals I really need for right now. I don't need the extra goal of, wake up early. I don't need the extra goal of, you need to do this, or you need to do that. You need to make sure you get exercise in every day. You need to make sure you, do your hair every day. Like, I don't need these extra goals. I don't need these extra pressures. I need to spend time with my Father, my Heavenly Father, because he's the one who leads me. He's the one that guides me. He's the one who gives me strength to get through the day. And then I need to get my schoolwork done, because, hey, that's something I have obligated to do right now, that I have chosen to do, and I need to make sure I get done. And I guess my other goal is to make sure I go to work and get my work done. So I guess I have 3 goals for the next few months. But that's it. That's all that I have to actually get done. So, well, I also have to like take care of my cat, but that's natural. So I failed all my December goals, but that's okay because the Lord gave me something so much greater. So as we go into New Year's, well, we're actually a little past New Year's by the time this is posted. I just want to encourage you guys, your resolutions. I think there's like something about like the second Friday in January being called Quitter's Day. Don't be discouraged if you give up your resolutions, because guys, resolutions are not all that. Resolutions, I think you're just setting yourself up to fail. I try not to set resolutions. Like, I'll set goals in a way, but they're not like hefty goals that I think are gonna be unattainable. Like, for years, my only goal I would set for the year is to maintain my mental health. I don't set goals that I think I'm gonna fail at. Well, for the year. Goals for the month I generally struggle with because I'm like, oh, I can do this and I can do that. Yeah, I'll set an exercise goal. I'm probably going to fail at that because something's going to come up and I'm going to stop exercising. So I've learned to stop setting exercise goals unless I'm actually going to do it. So yeah, like, resolutions are great. They're great to have goals that give you the motivation to get up and do things, but like, motivation only gets you so far. You also need the discipline. And so I struggle with discipline a lot, and that's why I struggled a lot with my goals for December. But with school, I love school so much. I love to learn, and so that's one thing that gets me through school is getting to learn. That's one thing that helps me when I start getting into my Bible is I love learning the things about God. I love learning what's in the Bible. And I forget that every time I stop reading the Bible. I forget that there's history in the Bible. I forget that there's the Lord's words in the Bible and that the stuff about Jesus and all this. And then when I go back to reading the Bible, I'm like, guys, why did I stop reading this? Because this is so good every single time. Like, I'm in Deuteronomy right now, and it's a little bit of like the laws, which is a little boring, not gonna lie. And then there's a little bit of like history right in there about the wars and the fighting and stuff, which is not great, but I actually like love that part because it like brings history to life, and I love history. And I think it's interesting. And so like that part like helps me read the Bible more when there's history in it. So yeah. So here's your reminder. Your resolutions, if you fail them, that does not mean you're a failure. If you fail your goals, that does not mean you're a failure. If you cannot meet a goal somebody else puts on you, you are not a failure. Your New Year's goals and resolutions don't mean that you can't meet any goal or resolution you put for yourself. You can do anything you put your mind to. You may just have to modify things to really be attainable. You may have to change things throughout the year to meet what you need it to meet. You cannot be afraid to change things to meet your needs. Do not be afraid to do what you need to do. You are loved. Hold on to hope and stay strong. So I ended that part and then realized that I still need to end the podcast episode. So I am so glad that we got to chat and that I got to record this episode. More episodes are to come. I am planning them now, writing ideas out, not writing the podcast episodes out because I would rather just do whatever comes up unless like I need to plan them out. And then yeah, I hope you guys have a fabulous week. As I said before I ended the last section, hold on to hope and stay strong. Bye guys, love y'all.